Ladies and gentlemen, if you guys look at this picture, a lot of you guys, I think about maybe 11 or 12 people emailed me this story. So I want to say thank y'all so much for staying on top of these stories that are very, very important. The individual that you guys see on my screen is accused of doing something very heinous to a mother and daughter. Let me see if I can get their faces up on the screen. I want to see if I can get a solo shot of them. Let me see if I can find that. Right here. The mother's name is Masanya Malcolm, date of birth of 2001. So she's relatively young. Well, she's young to me. Maybe I'm just old. 2001. So that makes her about, what, 21, I guess, 20 years old. And her daughter, Jordania. Even though the name is a little, but it's a cute name. I do like this baby's name, Jordania. Born just last year in July. Beautiful baby girl. How did we get here? How does this mother and daughter end up dead? Let me do my best to try to explain, and let me forewarn you guys. This story is not going to sit well with your sensibilities, especially with my commentary. So if you cannot handle that, I understand if you need to exit. That is your official disclaimer. Here we go. Orange County deputies found a 20-year-old mother, or they said woman, but found a 20-year-old mother and her infant daughter dead inside a car Thursday in an Oak Ridge parking lot, Sheriff John Mina said on Friday. The bodies of Masanya Malcolm, the mother, and her 1-year-old daughter, Jordania, sat inside the vehicle for probably a couple of days. A couple of days. This is the second story this week that we have done over the last, maybe three days ago? Of a mother, no, actually a week ago, where a mother was found dead. She had been dead for 3 days in her apartment, and her infant baby was just dead laying on her chest trying to survive. Y'all remember that story? I don't understand how these women get so little love, so little attention between baby daddy, maybe side boyfriend, side piece, between mothers, grandparents, aunties, uncles, friends. How is there ever a day when somebody has children that are under 2 years old that somebody's not checking on them daily? Do they not give a crap about these women and these mothers? I thought they said that mothers matter. I thought that babies' lives matter. How do you go multiple days, nobody hears from you, and you don't think to check and call your loved ones, especially the mothers? Can we get some love for the moms in the chat, please? That's ridiculous. They said probably a couple of days. That means they don't even know. After a shooting on Tuesday that also involved Malcolm's boyfriend and a friend that was staying with them, Mina said at a news conference. Oh, Lord. Let me try to explain this. The mother was found shot to death inside a vehicle, and the police officer said it appears Jordania died next to her mother from extreme heat. So that means if somebody just found the mother, they would have found the baby and could have saved the baby. So the baby was stuck in a car, and the baby didn't die from this man. Well, she technically did. She died from being stuck in a car and died from heat exhaustion. Isn't that something? These stories get crazier and crazier every single day. If somebody would have checked on the mom, maybe this wouldn't even have happened. If the mom were shot and killed by this man, if somebody would have been looking for the mom, knew where she was, maybe found her earlier, they would have found the baby. The baby died from extreme heat. This is a horribly tragic case that has shattered two families. This suspect allegedly left that baby to die in that car. It's pretty plain and simple. Detectives are searching for 21-year-old Dujon Griffiths. Dujon Duane Griffiths. That is I gotta mind my words. I can't say that word on YouTube. That is a stupid name. Dujon Duane Griffiths. Not Griffin, Griffith. 21 years old. This boy is a damn dummy. They are searching for him, and he was staying with the family and is the suspected shooter. He was living with the family at 21 years old. Remember what I told y'all? These fools don't value themselves because they didn't have a father in their life, so they're not going to value other people, and this is how they treat people who take care of them. And I think she had a boyfriend on top of that. What kind of shit was going on here? I'm curious to know, what would piss this fool off so bad that he would want to murder the mom and then leave the baby for dead and cause the babies to die also? What do y'all think? I know the family's not going to like me speculating like this, but I'm going to tell y'all. Do you know what 21-year-old men are good for? Uh-oh, about to hurt some feelings with this one. "21 years old, young, muscular, young, dumb, and full of cum, right? What are 21-year-old males good for? I was 21 at one time. I know what I was good for. Very good for it, too. What are 21-year-old fools good for? I'm saying that something set him off. Either one of two things. Either they were ready for him to get the freak out of the house because he wasn't contributing nothing, wasn't paying no bills, and he ain't going nowhere in life. So they probably wanted him out of the house. That's my first theory. Or theory number two, he was either sleeping with her or wanted to sleep with her or tried to sleep with her and got turned down. Which is why he shot her, killed the kid, and also shot and killed her boyfriend. Those are the only two scenarios that make sense. Let's keep going. The police officer didn't identify Malcolm's boyfriend, the mother's boyfriend, who was also in his 20s and is Jordania's father, but said he was found at his apartment with 5 gunshot wounds. Okay. This is why I don't think it had much to do with him getting kicked out, and maybe the fact that she probably put something on this young fool that he wasn't ready for, and then she realized, oh, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Because she's young too. And a lot of these young women struggle with, most people won't talk about this, struggle with self-confidence. They struggle with self-confidence because they're always women. This is what women do. Women follow women. Women follow the lead of other women. Women are constantly competing with each other for looks and attention. So women always see other women and they're like, I want to be like her, or I want to be like her, and I want to live up to this level, and I want guys to grovel over me like they do these other women. And it hurts their emotions, it hurts their feelings when they don't get that level of attention. So a lot of times these chicks will take attention from anywhere that they can get it. Want me to give you a good example of that? Do y'all remember Stephen Curry's wife? I forget her name. But do y'all remember when she came out and embarrassed the shit out of that man and came out talking about, well, she wants to be one of those women that gets groveled over when she goes to the convenience store? Y'all remember that? I don't mind you being honest, but it's still stupid that she wanted attention that damn bad that she would discount and discredit her own husband. So I'm not going to put it past a woman for potentially stepping outside of her boyfriend who didn't live, her baby daddy actually, excuse me, who didn't live in the house with her, which means that he probably could have been seeing other chicks. And if she suspected him of sleeping with other chicks, then she could have probably been sleeping with other men. And if you have this fool who's around, then oh, he's probably good for it. It's just to sleep with real quick. A one-hitter quitter. Y'all see where I'm going with this? Young and dumb between the ages of 18 and 25 are usually doing a whole lot of fucking. That's the God honest truth. And don't act like this is not going on. If you don't like my freaking theory, then give me a theory that makes sense. Don't tell me that my theory is dumb and I'm being mean, I'm being insensitive, and I'm not being fair to the family. I don't want to hear that. I'm not gonna read those comments. Don't tell me what I don't know. Why don't you tell me what you think and what you know? What is your theory? That is my theory. Because what would make a man shoot a beautiful mother like this that was probably helping him? And you look at that beautiful baby Jordania. I don't care who that baby was by. That is a beautiful little girl. Let me see if I can get her face up on the screen. You can't. No human being, no animal on earth would ever look at that baby and not immediately fall in love with that beautiful baby girl. Nothing. Probably the sweetest baby ever. So there had to have been a lot of hate. There had to have been a lot of rage, a lot of hurt, a lot of discomfort in this little pea-brain boy's head. He ain't a man, he a boy. He a little boy. You can see it in his eyes. He's a dumb little boy. Yes? There was a lot of hate and rage in his heart. Matter of fact, the fact that he had to live with somebody else but got a hold of a weapon, that lets you know that this nigga ain't shit. Huh? Let me tell y'all this. Y'all might not like this. If you got a gun and don't have a job, a way to provide for yourself, then you ain't shit. Referring to him. You got a gun, but don't got a job. You got a gun, but don't have a job application. You got a gun, but don't have a business. You got a gun, but don't have a way to provide for yourself and wipe your own ass and shit and piss in your own toilet. Huh? I'm telling y'all, where there's smoke, there's usually fire. This fool shot her boyfriend 5 times. Why? Yes, the story is confusing, but I've given my scenario. Don't act like y'all haven't even heard of that type of thing happening before. Y'all have heard it happen before. I don't think this is far-fetched. I don't think it's far-fetched to say that this might have been a fucked up love triangle. I want y'all to keep in mind that the mother and her beautiful baby's father, that beautiful baby, the baby's father, they were not living together. Why would they not be living together if her daughter is less than 12. No, she's just over 12 months old because her birthday was in July. She's just barely over a year old, and y'all are not living together and raising that baby under one roof. Dudes that usually do that, and if they're wanted by a woman like that, if a woman wants that man like that to have a baby with him and call him a boyfriend, then that means that other women probably want him. And what is to stop this man from doing what it is that he wants to do if he don't live nowhere near her? Let's keep going. He was found with 5 gunshot wounds at his apartment about a mile from the parking lot on Lake Eleanor Drive. The man had been in and out of consciousness at the hospital since then, but told police that he couldn't find Malcolm and his daughter after the shooting. According to the police, the man told investigators that he was driving with Malcolm and the baby when Griffiths, who sat in the back seat, opened fire after an argument. Wow. The victim said he thought Malcolm was also shot, and Griffiths drove off with her and Jordania in the car, according to the police. Griffith faces an attempted murder charge for allegedly shooting Malcolm's boyfriend, and we pretty much feel like he did because this is all tied together, and is a suspect of the death and investigation of Malcolm and Jordania, according to the police. So they need to find him, and so far he's the only suspect that they have. I know I've said a lot. Let me give you guys the fair usage. Let me let you hear the news videos. Let's get it. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use. It is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107. Even if my scenario is not what happened, you still got to be careful who you help, because a lot of these people are unstable creatures. Hashtag, when you help thugs, you date death. Let's go.
I saw a van pull in that marked homicide team. My heart sank.
We start tonight with a Fox 35 exclusive. A grieving mother talking only to Fox 35 News after learning her 20-year-old daughter and 1-year-old granddaughter were both found dead in a car in Orange County. Police are now searching for this man who is still on the run tonight.
Fox 35's Danielle Lama joins us live right now with the story you'll see only on Fox 35 News. So Danielle, the mother just heartbroken.
Absolutely. And tonight she is anxiously waiting on news of an arrest. She says her daughter and her daughter's boyfriend were trying to help the man who's now wanted in this case.
We lose a child and a grandchild. Come on, she's a baby. She's a baby.
A young woman and her child found dead inside a car. Orange County deputies searching for this man tonight, Dejon Griffiths.
Griffiths is a person of interest in that crime, and we have already seen his propensity for violence.
The investigation began Tuesday morning when deputies found a man shot outside this apartment complex on Lake Heritage Circle. After he was rushed to the hospital, family members contacted police saying they had not heard from his girlfriend, Masanya Malcolm, and their 1-year-old Jordania.
I hope that the boyfriend survives, or I hope that if he's still conscious, that he goes ahead and tell the police what the real story is, if something ends up turning for the worst. But yeah, I hope he lives too.
Latoya Reed is Malcolm's mother.
I called and no answer to both phones.
After regaining consciousness, deputies say Malcolm's boyfriend told them he was shot by a friend who may have also shot Malcolm and driven away with her and their baby in the car. The mother and child were found dead Thursday in a parking lot. Investigators say Malcolm had been shot and Jordania may have died from sitting in the hot car.
This is the worst thing ever, and I hope he's caught.
Reed tells us that the couple had been trying to help Griffiths and that he moved in with them in August. She has a message for him.
May God have mercy upon your soul. Dejon Griffiths, May God have mercy on your soul.
Boy, she gonna put some voodoo on that fool.
If you lose a child and a grandchild, come on.
We begin with that breaking news out of Orange County. Right now, an all-out manhunt taking place for this man. Take a look at the screen right now. Deputies believe he may be connected to the shooting death of a young mother and a baby who died in a hot car.
The 20-year-old mother and her 1-year-old baby girl were found dead in a parking lot on Lake Eleanor Drive in Orange County yesterday. We brought you this story as breaking news last night.
And let me say this real quick. If excuse me, if you have young children, I don't think you should be helping anybody. I'm going to say it again. If you have young children, I don't think you should be helping anyone. Do y'all catch my drift? I think that mothers who have children should be getting help, not giving help. Especially in a situation like this. They should be getting help from the biological father or whomever wants to help her, but certainly not putting her baby's life at risk with some young, dumb punk that can't get his shit together. Unless he's an actual family member of theirs, they said he was a friend. Sorry. I'd leave him out on the street. Fend for yourself. You're 21 years old.
35's Holly Bristow joins us live tonight from the Sheriff's Department. So, Holly, explain what happened to the mom and the baby in this case.
Well, the story just keeps developing the more we dig into it. We just learned that investigators believe that the suspect shot not just the mother, but also her boyfriend early Tuesday morning, and that the baby was kind of a bystander in all of this, deputies believe. Take a look. Right now, investigators are looking for this man right here on your screen. He's 21 years old. His name is Dujon Griffiths. Investigators say he's considered armed and dangerous. Deputies say he tried to kill a man in his 20s early Tuesday morning on Lake Heritage Drive. The victim was found with 5 gunshot wounds and rushed to the hospital. He regained consciousness on Thursday and told investigators he thought his girlfriend had also been shot and that the suspect took off in the victim's car with the victim's girlfriend and baby. Fast forward to Thursday, deputies found the victim's car with his girlfriend and baby dead inside. The sheriff says Masania Malcolm died from a gunshot wound, and he believes that their baby Jordania died from being left in a hot car.
It's disgusting. That is truly an evil.
Somebody in the chat said that he came from Jamaica and moved in August. You know how people say that they would give the shirt off their back? You know what my suggestion is? Don't. If you're a mother raising young kids, don't.
Person, and whoever did that is going to have to pay for those crimes. Obviously, Griffiths is a person of interest in that crime, and we've already seen his propensity for violence.
Right now, he is wanted on the attempted murder of that man who investigators say was shot several times on Tuesday. If you see 21-year-old Dujon Dwayne Griffiths, or you think you know where he is, you are asked to call deputies immediately. For now, reporting live at the Sheriff's Office, Holly Bristow, Fox 35 News.
AKA see something, say something. Josh took the words out of my mouth. Thank you. Hashtag if you see something, say something. Report him. He does not need to be in our society. He does not need to be in our country. Matter of fact, y'all could ship him back to Jamaica if you want, but don't let him come back to America. But as long as he's here, he needs to suffer the fullest extent to the law. But again, you'd have to ask, why did he go to that level of length to shoot and kill people that were helping him? Allegedly. If that's the case, why bite the hand that feeds you? Nothing about that makes sense. What he did was callous and it was cold, and he must not have a heart inside of his chest at all. It just must be some type of electrical signals, like some type of battery inside of his chest, because there's not a heart in there. For you to shoot and kill the mother, shoot and kill the boyfriend, and leave the baby to die in a hot car. That's rage. That's anger. What would cause that level of anger? It's usually sexual activity or sexual displacement, sexual frustration. It's usually something like that. I don't know that this had anything to, unless somebody wants to tell me it has something to do with drugs, and I'm not so sure that it did. I don't think that it did. I think this was something more personal. I don't think it was business at all. I think this was personal. Anything other than that, I don't know. Hopefully the boyfriend could actually give us the real story if he is able to survive, and I hope he gets to talking real quick. But for now, y'all be on the lookout for this dude who looks really weird, like he's getting ready to do some type of, I put a spell on you. I don't know why he looks like that. Like he's getting ready to do like a like one of them Harry Potter spells or something like that. Why he got his hand like that. That boy looks slow. That boy looks slow in the face. That little boy looked like he would lose a race to a turtle. Real slow. That boy looks slower than global warming. That boy looks slower than a bottle of frozen molasses. To the grandmother, if she knew the story, I'm sure she would tell us. But like I say, if she said that she called her daughter's phone and she didn't answer, it would have to let me think that she probably didn't call her daughter the day before or the day prior to that. But I'm just saying, as far as, and I'm not saying that she did anything wrong, but what I'm saying as far as us being parents or grandparents, make sure and reach out to your children. Call them, keep in touch. I talk to my mom and dad, or a combination of the two, daily. Daily. I'm always on the highway. They're always calling to make sure that I'm all right. Make sure I didn't fall asleep. Make sure I didn't have any car issues. All the time. And I'm a grown man. I'm a grown father. And my parents still call, make sure, hey, I just want to make sure you was all right, son. Saying we got to start caring about each other more. We got to do it more. We got to call more. We don't know if tomorrow is going to be promised to us. We got to call more. Text messaging is very easy. I want y'all to remember what it was like when there were only landlines. There was a point when not everybody had a landline phone. Now, granted, when I was growing up, almost everybody did, but not everybody did. You had to show up to people's houses and knock on the doors. Y'all remember that? Maybe some of y'all not as old as me. There was a point before cell phones and a point before we could just sit there and video chat and I could see you on video. You used to have to show up to people's door, knock on their door. Hey, just checking on you. Just want to say hi. All right, bye. Hope we find him. To the mother, she's a pretty girl. Pretty girl. R.I.P. to the mom. To that baby. That is a beautiful baby. Young Jordania, young princess. R.I.P. To the boyfriend, I pray and hope that he survives. Okay? Thank you guys so much for listening with an open mind and an open heart. Okay? Thank you.